This is Mark Shapiro from Science 7 News, but currently I'm a guest on 7 Food Network with Dr. Susan Malinowski, a professional chef. Thank you so much for having me.
I didn't know I was a professional chef, Mark. I thought I was just your mom, but thanks. I've always wanted to be a part of Science 7 News. I guess this is the only way I can do it.
So what are we making?
We're going to be making your favorite beer can chicken. And you know the rule of the house, don't you?
Yep, whoever makes it gets to eat the wings.
That's right. That's what we're going to do. So let's get started. So first of all, we're going to need a bunch of stuff. You will need a young chicken or another type of organic chicken. The more natural the chicken is, the better it's going to taste. So don't mind spending some money on a good chicken. You will also need some roasting herbs, or sometimes it'll say poultry blend at the store. You have to have a good knife, a pair of scissors, an onion, and a lemon. And even if the lemon's a little old, it doesn't matter because we're not going to use the whole thing. Lemon juice, some soy sauce. This is just garlic. We take it from a big jar and put it in a little one. I label it garlic so we know what it is. And something to spread the garlic with because I don't like my hands all garlicky. And this is the beer. This is only 4% by alcohol, so it's not a lot. Salt and pepper, some poultry seasoning, any kind will do, and Pam. A bowl, good sized bowl. You'll also need a cooking pan. This one's been used a lot, so it's kind of dark and icky, but it works. And some aluminum foil, because then you have less cleanup. Hot mitts, real important. And a pair of tongs, preferably metal to get it out of the hot oven. And of course, the most important thing, our beer can chicken holder. So whenever you're cooking in the kitchen, the most important thing is to try to think about efficiency. So the first thing I always do before I start cooking is, of course, I get all my ingredients, but I set the oven. So the oven can be warming up while we make the chicken, right? And we're gonna do convection cooking. That's the best way to be.
Okay,
So we're gonna set this at 325, and then we're gonna use the convection because convection cooking is the best way to cook. It uses convection currents. It's just like when you have a hawk. If you've seen a hawk or a bird flying through the air, not flapping their wings, they're riding the convection currents, the heat that's radiating off the Earth's surface. They use that to elevate themselves. Or people who are hang gliding and you see them kind of riding without doing anything, they're riding the convections. So that's why convection cooking, they took that same idea and said, hey, could we move the air around whatever you're baking, and it would bake better and faster and it would taste better.
Wow, you're really smart. Maybe we should make you have an appearance on Science 7 News sometime soon.
I would love to. I kind of feel like I'm on it now.
You might be.
I might be. All right, so then the next thing is, how long do you cook the chicken for? Well, it depends on how much the chicken weighs. So Bart, can you tell us how much this chicken weighs?
I believe this chicken weighs 6.13 pounds.
Wow, that is a really big chicken. So usually most chickens are like 4 or 5 pounds. And again, I only use organic. We only want things that are really, really good for you. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a timed cook. And I would say that probably for this, we're gonna need 1 hour and 45 minutes to be able to do it.
Oh, that's a long time.
That's a long time, but it's a big chicken. All right, so we're gonna get this going. You see it going there. We're gonna hit enter, and we are ready to start cooking. And all set up. Let's go ahead and start working on the chicken.
Sounds yummy.
Okay, so the first thing we wanna do is prepare a pan, and you wanna cover it in aluminum foil because there's less cleanup. In the kitchen, everything is about timing and no cleanup if you don't need to, all right?
Sounds great to me.
All right, so go ahead and put that on the pan there.
If it's anything like cleaning up my room, I know I don't like it.
That's right. You want to fold this over the sides, and I always put 2 pieces on in case one gets a hole in it. Okay, so put a second piece. All right, we're done with this. I'm gonna put it away. Looks good. All right, and then here's our beer can chicken holder. That's gonna go in there. We're gonna put that here. Okay, now we're gonna start working on the chicken. All right, so.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, all right, so to get the chicken ready, that's why you're gonna need the scissors, right? Okay, open up the chicken. Now chickens, as a general rule, chickens unfortunately carry a lot of disease and bacteria. So it's really, really important to wash chicken well, wash surfaces well when you have chicken, and you want to really be careful when you're working with chicken. So now the next thing you want to do is I dry him off a little bit because he's a little wet. So he just came out of the bath. So let's pat him down. Nice, good. Okay. So now this is the next thing. So if you look at the chicken, what are you laughing at, Mark? It's so funny.
It's a chicken.
It's a chicken, okay? Yes. Okay. So that's the silly part of this. Okay. So this is the top of the chicken. This is where his head would have been, and this is his butt. Okay. So now what you want to do is you can do it one of two different ways. You can either use your fingers and just slide your fingers under the skin. Or the other thing you can do is take the scissors and you do what's called undermining the skin. And believe it or not, this is how surgery is done. When you're trying to do surgery and lift skin off of someone, this is what you do. You keep it closed, stick it in, and open it. Stick it in, open it. Okay? Let me make sure the home audience can see that. Okay? So really important. You stick it in, open. All right? So now, Mark, you're going to do it on the other side. Make a little snip in the skin.
Am I allowed to use the scissors?
Yeah, of course. Did you wash your hands?
Yes.
Okay. So make a snip in the skin. Hold on to the chicken. You gotta no, not like this. Like this. Hold the chicken. Open it big. Open it big. Make.
It's slimy.
You do like this and you make a cut. Go ahead. That's right. You're cooking. You're cooking. Hold the chicken. It's not gonna bite you. No, down here. Now the next thing you do is you take these herbs, and these herbs will make the chicken taste really good. The most important, like if you can have a summer garden, it's really good. But the most important thing is this. This is rosemary. It's really, really important.
Yeah, rosemary.
Okay, we have some thyme, and this one, this isn't usually my favorite. I don't usually do a lot of parsley. We usually have some other things, but it's okay. You know, the important thing is really the rosemary. Okay, then what you do is you take the rosemary, this side first, not the stem side, and what you want to do is stick it under the skin. Like this, okay? So that's why you created that pocket, okay?
Yeah.
All right?
So let me try.
You're gonna do it on the other side. So you do it here, okay? Then
like
you're gonna
one rosemary or two?
like whatever you got. The more the better. And then this same thing with the other poultry herbs. You just want to stick them under there, okay? So you only have one other piece of this, so just split it, okay? And go ahead and start putting it in the pockets. There you go. All right, perfection. Okay. All right, now we need our cutting board, so we're gonna put the chicken over here. What? Yeah, that's okay. It sticks out a little bit. Okay, let's wipe this down. Okay, now we have to cut the part that goes on the inside. Okay. So, okay.
It's the chicken brain.
The chicken's head is gone, so I'm gonna be able to bring it. Okay, now when you cut the onion, you're gonna peel off this part, the skin. You don't want the crust, the stuff that's crispy. You don't want this. Okay, so you're gonna take all this off.
Wait, a good thing I have glasses because I heard onions make you cry.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you make me cry.
Is it because my Science 7 News videos are so good?
That's exactly why. All right, so then what you do is you take this. So once you cut off the end, you use that as your flat base. Cut it this way.
Let me cut it.
Okay, and then you want to use this. And then what you want to do is just cut maybe 2 or 3 wedges. So like here and here. So you have 3 wedges. Okay, so now same thing, you're gonna cut this into wedges. So hold
3
here,
wedges
cut.
or 4?
So now we have our pieces of onion and pieces of lemon, and then what we're going to do is stick it in the cavity of the chicken. Just stick it right in his butt. Am I allowed to say that, or am I get in trouble in school?
I think you're allowed to say that.
So the reason for this is that you want the evaporation that occurs. See, this is like science, evaporation that occurs
See, you are
when
really
you.
smart. You should totally come to Science 7
Thanks,
News.
I'd like to. So the evaporation that occurs, you want it to stay in the chicken. You don't want it going out the hole up here. So that's why we put stuff in there, okay? All right. Now the next thing you got to do is you got to start putting some stuff on it to season it. Okay? So we did this. We did this. Now the other thing I want to just say is if you don't really, it's always really good to have lemon and onion. But if you didn't have it, you could use apple. Anything that's hard or firm will work. Okay, in a bind. All right, so if you're like in college and you're making this chicken, you want to impress some chica, okay, you can do that, all right? Okay, you hear that out there, guys? All right, so then what you want to do is just pour this on, just give it a nice bath. Okay, just pour a little bit of the soy sauce on. The next thing you're going to do, this is the part that's always really difficult, is you got to put the garlic on. And the garlic really smells up your hands and everything else.
It smells so good.
You like it? So that's all set. Now the rest of this, all the stuff that's left, the poultry seasoning, this and this all goes at the end when it's already on the stand. Okay, so now you gotta get the stand ready.
Ooh,
so just let him sit there.
This part seems like it could be messy.
Well, it's not really that hard. So what you do is you open the beer. So when you cook beer for this long, it's gonna boil.
Ah!
Oh, that's not good. And then basically only about 10% of the alcohol remains at most. So if it's a 4% alcohol after it's been cooking, 10% of 4% is 0.4%. So there's hardly anything in here. But what's really nice about this, it's the hops. The hops in the beer makes the chicken taste really, really good, but the alcohol gets built up. Now this is too much, so what I always do is I pour some off. Then this is really the hard part. This is the hardest part of the whole thing because everything falls out, is getting the chicken onto the beer can stand.
Slimy.
Yeah, that is pretty slimy. All right, I'll do this part. So when you're doing it, you want to smush this down, okay, really smush it. You lift it up. Wait, here's another piece. Lift it up, okay, and then transfer it over, and then you gotta go 1, 2, 3. And now he's sitting up looking really, really good. Okay?
Whoa!
That's how you get him, okay? All right.
Okay.
Then the next thing you do is my hands are so gross.
Oh, I'll make you some.
It's okay, it's okay. Then you just get salt and pepper, just kind of do it on there. Get some salt and pepper on there. All right, now do the poultry. So there's different openings. You want to do the shaker part, not that, because that's going to pour the whole thing out at once.
Yay!
I think you should stick to your day job of being a science reporter, but that's okay. Get some there.
Maybe
Get some
maybe
there
I'm
on that
able to
wing.
cook
Okay,
myself.
there we go. Okay, some on there. Okay, that's really good. Okay, that's excellent. Now, the last thing.
Is the oil?
No, well, before that. Okay, now see all the stuff that's here in the bowl? See that?
Should we pour it
okay,
on?
what you do is you pour it on, because you don't want to waste it, and just pour it on like that. So most of it stays at the top, because it'll kind of drip down anyhow.
Whoa.
Okay, so you don't want to waste that. Okay, now the last part is you got to get the chicken, you got to give him some suntan lotion, and that's what we call this. This is the suntan lotion. That's good. Okay. All right, and that's it. You're ready. You're ready. You're ready to go in the oven. Okay.
Well, let's. I really think I should just stay to my job of being a science reporter.
I think you should be a science reporter, but you look awfully good in that apron. Okay, so now the oven's ready. It's 325. Okay, and so you want to take the chicken and really carefully balance it. And you don't want it to be too high. If it's too high, it topples over. This is really hot, so if you're not sure, wear the mitts. But otherwise, just do that.
Like me, I would wear the mitts.
Okay, and then that's it. Now we clean up, and now we wait.
Oh, clean up. Now our chicken is officially ready. Let's see for the grand reveal.
Are you hungry?
Starving.
All right, well, you know, there's a lot of satisfaction that comes from helping out in the kitchen, and since you helped, you will get the wings. All right, can you open the oven for me, please? Ladies and gentlemen, beer can chicken in all its glory. There you are. Okay, now what you want to do is be very, very careful when you take it out. Can I have the tongs, please?
Yes, you
So
may.
so a lot of times the chicken will fall. So what I like to do is I take the tongs
I can hold it with the tongs.
and I put it, well, it's really, and I put it underneath like this. Okay, that's how I do it, so you can hold it. Then I take this out and I hold it at the same time. Look out, please, be careful. Okay. Thank you for helping. Okay, then we take it here and we put it, all the stuff comes out. And by the way, when you cook the beer, like we talked about, it's only 0.4%. So there's nothing there. Let everything fall out. Yeah, I know. Kind of looks like it's pooping a little bit. Am I going to get in trouble for saying that in class?
No.
Okay, good. And so there's the chicken. If you were having a nice dinner party, what you'd want to do is take it here
Put it in its backside.
and
Looks great. Making me even more hungry than I am.
that way. And then the other thing you want to always remember if you're having a dinner party, okay, you take a paper towel. You want to wipe this off, okay, so it doesn't look like all the stuff is here. Okay, position it. Then remember some of this parsley that we didn't use. You always want to use that for a nice little garnish. So just kind of lay it down and make it look pretty. Part of eating well is making sure that it looks good. You want to appeal to all the senses, the visual, the smell. Alexa, turn off the timer. That's for the broccoli. We made a broccoli side.
I don't know. That kind of.
So anyhow, and so this is the presentation and the final beer can chicken. Thank you so much for letting me come on the show today.
No, thank you for letting me come to the 7 from Science Food Network.
Oh, it was fun.
It was a joy. I loved coming to the Food Network, and I hope that you will invite me sometime again, because I can't wait. I will cook this for me and my entire family.
Oh, that's so awesome. Thanks again. Thanks again for watching.
Bye.
Enjoy the chicken.